Hey YouTube, Luxor's here. Now, before I started this video, I decided let's do it properly, okay? I just went on to YouTube, typed in called mobile gyroscope and saw the videos, okay? So I decided if I'm not gonna bring anything new and there is already enough gyroscope videos, I'm not gonna make another one. This is not how I want this channel to go. I don't want to make repetitive content and just repeat other people's words. This is not how I want to do it. So I was looking at the videos and such, and I have a few new things I can bring to the table, and I'm gonna show you right now in the training range. So I see you in a moment. So after I went on to YouTube, I saw, I guess, probably first topics that everybody talk about. Do we need a high gyro sense or do we need a low gyro sense? So let's just think about it for a moment. I mean, if we think with logic, we say, okay, you need to start with a low gyro sense because you're something new and you need your muscle memory to learn it and to start with small steps and then become faster. But then I was thinking, okay, so if you have a slow gyro, it means that the more the enemy makes movements or anybody making movement, the more you have to tilt your phone. Now, my gyro is 107. From the videos I saw, they all recommend starting with like from 30 to 60. Now, look at this. This is 107 and I'm already tilting the phone a lot. Imagine how it would be with even a lower sense. Now, because you're gonna have lower sense, you're gonna find yourself in a situation which you're gonna use your thumb a lot to compensate for the lack of movement that you have on your gyro. And this is this is where we develop a problem, because if you're using your gyro and your thumb simultaneously together while you're aiming, you don't allow your muscle memory to actually learn anything, because from the moment that you have to track somebody, if you miss the tracking, you're using your thumb, so you don't really learn the tracking till the end. So what I believe is we need to find kind of a middle ground for the gyro. It doesn't have to be way too high, because basically it means that you're not gonna use your thumb at all, because the gyro is gonna be everything. And we don't wanna make it everything, because we need the snaps, we need the fast movements with the thumbs, and also we don't want to find ourselves always moving our wrists, because it's tiring and it's like, it's not fun when it's like that, okay? Because nobody wants to play like this, okay? No, so let's just go for the settings for a moment and I'll show you exactly what I mean. First of all, I use fixed speed because I don't want any like different things that might affect my muscle memory, because speed acceleration, you can obviously learn it and obviously you can make it so it will fit your muscle memory, but it makes it a bit harder. So I prefer to stay on fixed speed, especially because my sense is 130. Okay, now don't look at the other senses, they don't matter for me much because I don't use the tactical scopes and the 3x scopes a lot. I'm currently trying to like go for the sniper sense, but I left my sense as is because I don't want to make it lower, because if I make it lower, it means I have to learn a new muscle memory. And if you're gonna go from your high sense or whatever sense you have to even lower, it's gonna take you some time to learn this new, the new slow sense. So firing sense, camera sense, I just decided to put them the same. I know there is a few differences between the firing and the camera. There is like percentage of calculation that needs to put in, so it will be equivalent. But when I'm firing, I'm mainly using my gyro sense, so I don't really mind about the other sense, the thumb sense. And when it comes to the gyro, I decided to go for 107. For me personally, it's pretty nice because I'm playing with a cable, and the way I'm holding my phone, it allows me a lot of wrist movement. Now, if I would hold it a bit deeper, the wrist movement would be different, because when I hold it like this, I can go for a bit of a wider range. Now, obviously, I'm not gonna get it those situations because it's like straight out weird and it's not fun to play like this. But Yes, 107 for me personally works well. I recommend you to start with maybe something lower and just get a grip for it, get a feeling for it. And this is actually where we have to also talk about how are we holding our device, because the device itself, the way we hold our device, this is our aim, okay? Because the gyroscope is our aim, and the gyroscope affected by the movement of the phone. So the way we move our phone and we hold our phone is basically everything. So for me personally, I love to hold it like this, with a slight tilt. Let me show you. Okay, I mean, it's not like perfectly upwards, I just tilt it like this. So basically when I'm shooting, let me show you real quick, because it's gonna be a bit of a tilt. When I'm shooting, the vertical recoil, okay, I stayed on target the whole time, and my phone is even still upwards. You know what, let's go for another mag. It's still upwards. The lower the sense is gonna be, the harder it is to control the recoil, because the movement that we have to make to control the recoil is gonna be much more. So if we're gonna hold the phone like this and then control our recoil, we're gonna put our phone in a downward position. Now my sense is pretty high, okay, my gyro sense, so it's not really down for it. But if you're gonna have lower sense, you're gonna get into those positions in which personally I think this is the moment that the gyro becomes more crumbly, and the person that using the gyro thinking, maybe it's not for me. All those wrist movements feel kind of weird, feel kind of dizzy, because I saw players play like this. You know, they're like in their own world, they're like spinning around, and to be honest, it's just way too dizzy. It makes you nauseous, and it actually makes you sweat. The movement that you make, they make you sweat. It's not even the fights that you're sweating in, it's just the way too much movement from your wrist and from your head, making you dizzy and making you tired. So we want to avoid this by having not the fastest, but also not the slowest gyro sense. Now let me just show you real quick. Let's go for you know what, for the mid ranges, and I'm gonna show you just how I control my recoil. As I said, I personally recommend tilting the phone a bit upwards, so when you are having recoil, when you're controlling it, you will get in this situations instead of starting from this situation and getting into this situation. Okay, so this part is kind of important. Now, as I said before, we want to keep our sense as is, not making it lower. Now, this is basically just to keep the flicks, okay? We want to keep on making 180s, and we don't want to mess our muscle memory to a point that we have to flick too much with our thumb in order to make a flick, okay? In order to like position ourselves. So basically I'm gonna use my thumb only to center myself, okay? So nothing is gonna change when it comes to your aiming sense. You're gonna feel much more comfortable playing because you're not gonna be affected by lower aim sense. And the only thing that you're gonna have as a bonus is a gyro. But this is something that you need to keep in mind. Your phone has to be straight. I mean, straight with the tilt, right? But it has to be straight, because if you're gonna use your aiming sense and also your movement, as you can see, it makes everything even faster. Now, I don't want it to be way too fast, so I just prefer flicking. It's very comfortable for me for performing 180s, and when I just want to aim at somebody, I just flick. And I shoot, okay? And when I'm shooting, my thumb is not moving, because I'm already on the target. I don't need to use my thumb because I have a gyro, so I just put my thumb, not moving it. I want it to be on the screen, because if I'm, you know, in a fast-paced situation, I want to flick fast enough, and I don't have time to just put my thumb and then flick. I just want it to be on the screen so I can flick with it, and just, you know, using the gyro. Just using the gyro as the aim. And I gotta be honest, for tracking, it's amazing. It's straight up amazing, because you can beam people. And on top of this, when you are moving your device to the left side, okay, you are basically controlling all the left recoil that come in. Now with the thumb, obviously we can feel it, but we don't have enough screen space. Think about it. We are mobile users, and inside mobile users you have cell phone and you have tablet. Now tablets, they don't care. They have like a bunch of screen, they can slide their thumbs as much as they want. But we mobile users, cell phone users, especially if you play BR, because in BR it's like all clustered and you have like all your med kits and everything right here, so you don't have much screen space to work with in the first place. So this is exactly why you want to keep your sense high, because if your sense is gonna be low, it's gonna be like a lot of small thumb movements, and it's gonna just waste a lot of time for you, and it's just gonna confuse your muscle memory, because if you're gonna move your thumb slow, then you're gonna try to add in the gyro to compensate for the slow thumbs, and then your gyro is like suddenly gonna be a bit faster, and then you're gonna use your thumb to correct it. It just messes up your muscle memory way too much. So this is the personally for me the best way to play gyro. If you have any other questions, seriously feel free to let me know in the comments below. I'm thinking about actually making a movement video, and this is probably gonna be the next video, because as I said before I'm making a video, I'm going on YouTube. I'm seeing if anybody else did the video. So if anybody else did the video, I don't feel the urge to make it, because you guys got the content you need. I'm not gonna make anything repetitive. So I typed in a COD Mobile BR movement. I saw the videos. There's a lot of amazing information. The thing is, it's actually also missing a lot of information. Let me just show you a quick list I made about BR movement, and some of these words are gonna be like sound crazy for you. So we have slide jump, the obvious. We have bunny hopping, the obvious. We have shouldering and cover peeking for first person. Now you're probably asking yourself, how can I peek from first person? So I'm gonna show you. We have slide cancels, which I'm gonna explain more about. We have movement with heavy weapons. How are we supposed to move with heavy weapons, and the basics of the movement in BR. Basically thinking on the movement and understanding what is our movement, how can we perfect it, and what is the basics that we need to learn in order to become better. From there we have slide hill strafing. I don't know if you heard about it. We have healing and movement, we have centering with the movement, we have fadeaway, roof sliding, and side to side jumping, and also side to side bunny hopping. So there's a lot of movement tips that I'm gonna make for you. I'm gonna work on this video. I'm gonna probably upload it tomorrow or in a couple of days. I'm really trying to, like, you know, put myself in a zone with the YouTube and to understand where I want this channel to go. I'm kind of leaning a bit towards like making videos that explain the basics, making guides, explaining how to use mods in BR, how you need to build your guns, how to look at a gunsmith, how to understand the basics of gunsmithing so you can make your own guns and they're gonna be amazing. So yeah, I'm actually very excited about this. Let me know down in the comments below if you maybe have an idea for a tutorial video, because I already have plenty of those, but I'm not sure which one I want to start. So yeah, thank you for watching the vid. If you have any questions, as I said before, feel free to write down in the comments. And that's it. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.